Hi, Group 1. After reading the first scenario of the dress code policy, my thoughts about this were that it was way too extensive. It was taking away many opportunities for children to, or not necessarily children, but students to express themselves and to be themselves. I do agree with some of the policies. There are others that I think should not be regulated. I do not agree with the dreadlocks and a lot of the hair policies that were set. It should not be an issue for a male to have long hair if that's what they want to have. This is stripping equity rights away from students. If there were to be a gay male, or any male in the school for that matter, who wanted to perhaps braid his hair for a school day, he should be allowed to do that without being sent home. If a black male wants to have dreads in his hair, that he has probably worked really hard to grow out, then he should be able to do so. I do agree with the policy of shirts covering front, back, and cleavage areas. This only protects females from sexual harassment. It keeps schools safer from situations happening. We read a passage in one of the units about it's called Who Wins and Who Loses by Michael Sadowski. There was a student who dropped out of school because of the way he was treated in school. He had death in the family, and he was being criticized and suspended for missing some at school and being threatened to go to court. And this was by the principal, who was very much so aware of the situations that were going on in his life, and the student's mom had already told him that he did not have to go back to school until he felt like he was ready. So he wasn't ready, and he stayed home, and that's when the principal called and said that she would take him to court if he did not stop showing up. So years later, someone asked him if he regretted dropping out of school at the age of 16, and his response was simply no. I don't think that we should create an environment in schools that students don't want to go to and want to remove themselves from. And I think that this dress code policy would create that for many students, and I think that they would drop out and with no remorse because they couldn't be themselves. So I think students should be able to express themselves within certain guidelines. Like I said, I do agree with some of them, but some of these dress code policies do keep students from expressing themselves, and I think that they should be toned down a bit.